Welcome to Break a Wish, the podcast where all your dreams come true, but with terrible, ironic consequences. I'm your host, Maddox Campbell. On each show, we take a magic wish and try to come up with the perfect ironic cost. The idea is that, knowing the wish's cost, it would still be a tough call whether you take that wish or not. Last week we had, your mean ex loses their looks and money, but your true love will end up being ugly and poor. Though I should maybe be upset since we normally aim for a 50-50 split, I'm actually proud that this one is 100% rejected on Twitter and 100% rejected on our Facebook discussion group. I think this means that either you haven't been significantly hurt by an ex, or have moved on in a healthy and productive manner. Either way, good for you. For this week, we're talking about adorable little murder machines. Pod Creatures on Twitter posted, "I wish my cats could talk." I sit down with Scott Thrower and Cat Letwin to discuss what cats might have to say about that. All right, a new wish coming in, and who do we have with us? We have Cat Letwin.
Yo, what up?
And Scott Thrower.
Yip, yip.
And the wish we're talking about today is, I wish my cats could talk.
Kitty.
Oh.
We are talking about the kitty cats. I think we should probably clear out the air about what our opinions on and status of cat ownership currently is before we go further. Start with you, Cat.
It's my name. Also, I currently don't have a cat or cats because I live in Toronto, and it's possible to have an apartment that's too small for a cat. Anyway,
But people can live there.
I can for sure live there. Yeah, I also have like the power to leave. Like I trust myself to leave the door most days.
No, I don't have that power. I'm trapped here.
Oh, we're getting you the help that you need. I haven't owned a cat myself in a while, but most of my roommates that I've lived with have had cats, one or two of them, sometimes three. And I had a cat growing up whose name was Nacho. My mom wanted to name her Waffle-O Joe, but my dad wanted Nacho, and then we pulled it out of a hat and we got Nacho. But, you know, next time I get a cat, it's going to be Waffle-O Joe.
So that's an amazing name.
It's a long name.
It's a long name.
It's
so
good.
I love kitties. They are fluffy and they can be bad, but also so good.
Okay, we'll move over to Scott.
I am a dog person who currently owns 0 dogs and 1 cat.
Okay.
And I love him so much, and he loves me.
Aw.
Yeah.
What's his
I think that
name?
makes
His
you a
name is
cat
Duck.
person.
The cat's name is Doug.
Yes, he was raised with a dog, so he is very dog-like, but he also loves to cuddle. He loves to play fetch. He missed me while I was gone for the last week, so now he just wanders around the apartment screaming until I'm within eyesight, and then he just runs to me.
Also loves sneaking up behind me while we're playing D&D and just
Yes.
leering at me
Yes.
from my peripheral vision.
He does not like guests that much. He gets nervous around guests. The cat sitter had very few interactions with him because he did not give her the chance.
Okay. And I will state it for the record that I am anti-cat. I don't like them. Never had them. I'm allergic, which is part of it. But I also have had ex-girlfriends who liked their cats better than me, and it hurt me emotionally.
So now you're taking it out on all the cats of the world.
And, I've done some research, and I think they're doing some bad work. I think they're up to something. I don't trust them. I think there's a secret cat cabal trying to make the world a worse place, and that's where I sit on this.
You know what? I did read somewhere that so there is that infection you can get from cats.
Toxoplasmosis.
Yes, and it's a higher than average number of people getting their MBA have it.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I don't know what that's about.
There's also a higher number, a chance that you'll be in a car accident because it may be linked to reckless behavior, causes miscarriages in babies.
Also, apparently, a higher chance of you getting another cat.
That seems very reasonable.
Yeah.
And they think it might be the reason cats are so popular as pets to begin with, is just a couple of people got it and then they started domesticating cats.
They're adorable.
Yeah, as someone who's clearly infected
Yeah,
with
I think you may both be
reckless
infected.
behavior, no children, want more cats, many more cats.
So I don't want to harp on about that. But I'm not pro-cat. But yes, so the wish we're going into is that I want the ability to talk with my cats. Do you guys have an idea for, would you want your cats to talk? I feel like a lot of people would. Clearly the wish asker would.
I almost immediately said, no, never. I never, ever, ever want this. But then I remembered, anytime your pet is sick, the one thing you would want most in the world is to actually be able to speak to your cat.
Is that so that it'll actually listen and take the medicine, or so you can get the symptoms? Or
so you can get the symptoms and you can find out what's wrong. Because cats famously aloof and hard to read.
Yes.
So,
Like
if
the
you've ever
music
had a sick pet, same as having a sick child. If the child's too young to actually say what's wrong, you just freak out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's really hard to figure out what's wrong with them because they're crying. That's
Yeah.
the only input you get.
That's
is
all you got.
Crying. Great. Narrow it down for me, baby. Be
Yeah.
useful.
And I nearly lost my cat about 4 years ago. He just stopped eating. He lost like 50% of his body weight. We couldn't figure out what was wrong. We just kept throwing different meds at him. And then finally he recovered, thank God.
Oh, good
But
for Doc.
that was weeks and weeks of just wondering what the hell was going on with that cat.
Do you think the cat would be smart enough to be able to self-diagnose?
No, but the cat would at least be able to say, it hurts here.
Yeah.
Unless the cat, okay, this is saying the cat can speak. We don't know what language the cat can speak.
Yeah, so is that what you're thinking for your cost?
Yes, the cat does not speak your language.
Okay. Does it speak a human language?
I would think so. Something that Google Translates might be able to help with.
Okay.
Right, that's still a step.
That's still a step.
You know.
Yeah, you just got to hold up your phone in speech mode and then translate it slowly.
I mean,
Wouldn't be deep thought-provoking conversations, but you
or
could
just
get...
like really broken like Tagalog that gets like translated. Like
I think we all realize that cats are mostly douches, though.
Yes, they're bad people.
I'm not gonna disagree with
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Nacho, my childhood cat, was a real sweetheart, but that's because she was afraid of everything and then would like hiss at my brother's tall male friends. And I was just sort of
Gotcha.
like, yeah, go for it, like get it, girl.
Yeah. And cats also see parts of our lives that we don't want them telling anyone anything about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
My cat watches me shower every single day. I don't want that to be a running monologue with the mailman.
Does it, seem to want to? Or
Yeah.
does it just happen to?
He jumps up on the shelf in the bathroom and pokes his head around the shower curtain and watches me shower.
That's so creepy and
It's
cute.
so creepy and adorable.
See, and again, my point of view, just creepy. What is that cat trying to find?
He just wants to be near me.
Okay.
Aw, see, isn't that sweet? But for selfish reasons,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wants it to be near
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
I guess the cats are naked all the time, so they don't notice that you feel
They're
vulnerable when
constantly
naked.
trying to put their butthole on you.
Oh, yeah,
there's
constantly.
no
They use that butthole as a weapon.
I heard that hairless cats, their buttholes on like glass tables, they get like suctioned to the table because
no.
there's no fur around to stop it, the butthole from becoming a suction
So
cup.
is it
Oh, no.
get actually stuck?
So they sit, they're not like stuck, but like when they, pop away from the table, it's just like
I so want that to be true.
I believe
Oh,
it, but it's
my.
also horrible.
I know. I read it somewhere.
Think
on
of the
internet, so
marks
it's
they
true.
leave behind.
Oh,
on
yeah.
They do
those.
actually.
sure, yeah.
Where I was reading it from, it was this woman who's an assistant at a vet said like, yeah, I'm constantly cleaning up this glass table because there are all these like butt pucker marks all over it.
Like a
should
pigeon in a window.
Yeah, they should probably get rid of the glass table and go with something.
No,
a
come
little
on,
more-
it's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay.
Oh,
it's
and
worth
those
it for the
pictures of
joke.
cats taken up through a glass table are adorable.
Oh, they're precious. Sometimes they look like monorails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Just those little paws.
Yeah, they're
And
so
How does that look like a monorail? I don't understand.
monorail cat? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen that
Have you
meme?
not seen?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Wow,
No, that's
you're
more on
so
offense.
anti-cat.
That's
Again, I'm
more
not
on offense.
searching for cat memes because I don't like them, and I think it's a trap.
Maybe it's a vicious circle.
Okay.
What memes do you look for without cat? How do you feel your day?
Yeah.
And recently, it's been a lot of the Thanos getting rid of stuff lately. But I go, whatever's hot meme at the time. I try to be trendy with my
Sure.
memes. I try to keep up to date.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip the cat ones. So
It's such a huge part
Yeah.
of meme.
the cats. There's a lot of cat
history.
ones. Yeah, no, they're a big part there.
Memes wouldn't exist without cats.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can often replace them with another. Like business cat can be replaced with the Kermit reading a newspaper, and it's basically the
It's
same.
not the same.
it's-
No, the feeling is different.
Yeah.
Is it?
Because
Yes.
when you read into Kermit, you get such a different emotion than with a douchey cat.
Yeah.
It's just This Wonka's always there. Wonka's kind of douchey, but he's not a cat douche. He still has some
but
redeeming.
that's also a different feel that we're going for
Yeah.
with Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
That sort of judgment, like, oh, really kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, even now I'm thinking about like the oh, really meme with the owl, that good old standard. And that oh, really is not the same feeling as the Wonka oh, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so the real topic of conversation
Today
here is meme
memes?
history,
Meme history.
Yeah.
and interpretation.
What if cats could only talk in memes?
That would be fucking adorable.
I know.
But also annoying, right? Wouldn't it? Like they have to like strike a pose and suddenly you see impact font appear in front of them, or
Their method of communication, it's technological. They make a noise and a meme pops up on your phone.
just meow meow meow.
Bing.
No, why do you keep wanting a cheeseburger? I don't even
I'm
know what
not
that
giving
is.
you a cheeseburger.
You're
you
in my-
cannot have cheeseburger.
You're in my fridge eating my food. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Floof? Oh my God.
I mean, that's a valid cost if it's all in memes. That'd be
What is with you and that dead ape?
pretty freaking annoying. Oh my. All right. Let's transfer over to Kat. Kat, do you have an idea of a cost for this wish?
The cat can talk, but when you speak back to it, it has no idea what you're saying.
Oh, so it can't understand. It can just speak.
No, its brain can't process.
Okay.
Okay.
What
so
you're
you've got
saying.
to play like charades with it.
You still, you're still kind of doing the same thing you do with a cat already, and it can talk. But now, what I'm thinking is,
Can I add some fun flavor to this?
Yeah.
Whenever you're trying to speak to your cat, it comes out as meowing. Your cat can talk to you as a human, and you talk back to it as meowing.
oh, but then wouldn't it understand me?
No, because
Oh, okay.
meowing isn't actually a language. It's just
See,
a sound you make.
This is a reverse Garfield because Garfield could always understand John. John couldn't read Garfield's thoughts.
True.
Yes,
But
this is
that's
a reverse
probably
Garfield
for
situation.
the best, because he would have had his feelings hurt, and he was already
Oh, yeah.
kind of on the
I mean,
He was
on the knife's
fragile.
edge.
knew what Garfield was thinking.
He did, because he always had depression, very bad depression.
Yeah.
He was on the verge of a collapse.
Yeah.
So he probably assumed the worst from the cat. But if he had actually heard it, if he actually knew for certain what the cat was saying,
Yeah.
John Arbuckle wouldn't have made it past that first panel.
Remember in the first year of it when he had a roommate? And
He had
then
a
the
roommate?
roommate disappeared. I can't remember the
Garfield
name. I
would've
think it was
killed it, for
Lyman.
sure.
But there was a roommate who disappeared.
I still love that there's a better version of Garfield called Garfield minus
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Yeah,
Oh, it's so funny, and just what an increasingly disturbing look into an addled mind.
For the listeners who do not know what we're talking about, it's a version of Garfield comics where they've just edited out Garfield saying his snarky lines. So it's just Arbuckle, John Arbuckle, having a nervous breakdown and shouting
Yeah.
at things.
Just howling into the void.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and also within the canon of Garfield, there was a week where Garfield realized his entire life was a hallucination and that he actually lived alone in an abandoned house.
Garfield realized this?
This was in canon, actually appeared in the comics, and then they went back to Garfield living with John and everything was nice and good.
Tommy Westfald Garfield.
Jeez. Someone was coming down from Coke when they did that.
It had to be.
Someone.
That's when Jim Davis kind of passed a buck off to someone else. And yeah.
It's just like, this is getting to my fucking head. All right, are you there? You take over, because I am telling you I am entering spaces in my mind that I do not want to go.
Oh, I mean, Garfield is not... I don't think Garfield is enough of a story that I would feel fulfilled as a storyteller just telling the story of the cat being lazy and hating Mondays for all eternity.
But it's the basis for all human storytelling.
Yeah.
You look at any like Scott, you know about this, any kind of folklore, ancient stories, whether it comes from Greece, whether it's indigenous, whether it's North American, there's always the lazy cat and there's always the hating of Mondays.
Yes.
Now, if we look at the work of Euripides, for example,
The Ant and the Grasshopper. It's a classic tale.
yeah, which one is the lazy cat? Which one is Monday?
Yep. Always the same thing.
Now, the lasagna was introduced later, which I find interesting. Like, it wasn't
lasagna
until...
is a modern invention. It's a...
No, it
pickle.
came around, I think, in the Byzantine Empire.
It was much more intricate at the time.
It was
Yes.
different. Like, it wasn't how we imagined a lasagna.
no.
Oh, no, it was a
A
different...
lot more glass windows.
Yes. I love that.
Okay, so to reiterate, yes, your cat can talk, but it can't understand you when you talk back to it because, meow, meow, meow. Also, it doesn't necessarily mean that the cat's words that it's using mean anything. You still probably have to figure out a code just because their
Yeah.
brains are structured so differently.
Well, and cats are going to be coy.
Oh, yeah. What they say is never what they mean.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to transfer over to mine because I think it's coming off this same feel. So my idea for a cost is your cats can talk. In my case, they can understand you, but they never bother to talk to you. They talk to everyone who comes to visit you. They talk to your mailman. They talk to any friends that come into your house. And they clearly can talk to you and understand you.
So it's like an old marriage.
But they don't. Yeah, they just don't.
Yeah.
Oh, pissy.
And I think this might just be what would happen with cats.
Yeah.
But I'm also putting magic on it, so it has to happen. Yeah, the cats just don't talk to you.
That would hurt. That would
hurt
deep.
so bad.
Like, yeah.
I love you so much, but you never say a word to me.
Never a word. And you start
just
to think you're
stare at
insane,
me
but
when I
everyone
scoop your poop.
But everyone goes, no, you have a talking cat. You just go, but it never says anything.
Now, is it that it will talk to other people while you're in the room?
Oh, while you're in the room, yeah.
Is it the
You can see
frog
it.
from the Warner Brothers where someone says, "Hey, your cat just talked"?
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
hear a thing.
You can hear it talking.
Okay.
It's just you're like, hey, what about me, cat? And it just turns and looks at you. Meow. And walks away. So fucking cold.
Bastard.
So cold.
See, you've
Goddamn
added the body
bastard.
language to that, though. Because my cat would turn to me, meow, and then jump on me. And it would be a much more pleasant situation.
That'd be
But it still just isn't saying any words to you. Like,
Yeah, but he's showing through his movements that he loves me.
But it's got to be weird for you to know that it just clearly can,
Our
but chooses
relationship
not.
is so deep we don't need
Oh yeah,
words.
so deep.
So deep.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I thought of another one. We don't have to use it, but
Oh,
I just
throw
think
it
this is
out.
stupid and funny. Your cats can talk, but they sound like Gilbert Gottfried. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
All right.
That's
well,
it. Like this cute thing is just, kind of just like, hey! I love you! I
now
love
it's
you too,
required once
Professor.
around the table, everyone with their Gilbert Gottfried impression.
I'm glad you went that way. I thought you were going like your cat can talk, but your cat's racist.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I feel like cats are probably only cat racist.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ugh,
Speaking down about the Persians.
you got an orange cat. Gross.
Oh, tortoiseshell. That's so last year.
I guess it's a look.
Oh, don't talk to them. They're feral.
Yeah.
Probably all have FIV. And you're like, cat, that is not a nice thing to say. It's true, probably. I don't know. I don't talk to them.
My cat would say a lot of things about Maddox, I think.
All right. Please say them in the voice of Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, God.
Do it.
I can't even picture what his voice sounds like right now.
Cat was pretty close.
Just scream.
I'm a cat! And I think that this is a douchebag. I don't know. What would my cat would be nice, though. He's so nice.
Then be nice in Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
Yeah, be it. Do it your turn.
so happy you're back.
When are we gonna go places together? Where do you go when you leave?
Can you imagine the shits I had today?
You won't have to imagine them soon. They're in your closet.
I'm a cat, and I'm secretly trying to kill you all.
Hey, what about wet food?
That sounded a bit more Harvey Firestein.
Oh.
I'd be fine with that. My cat sounded like Harvey Firestein. I'd be like, oh, baby, we are going to Hairspray auditions. It'll be like Cyrano, where like the cat is doing all the singing and I'm just lip syncing.
Well, that fame brings up, is this all cats or just your cat?
The wish asker was only asking for their cat. I think this is just for your cats. But I think we'll allow it for if you buy a new cat later on in life.
transferable?
It's transferable. The wish adds on to the moment you gain ownership of a cat, it gains the ability to talk.
In which case, I have a magic power that I can now become very famous and very rich by walking around and making other people's cats speak just by proximity.
No. They have to sell you their cat. Like, it has to be your cat.
Oh, so like one of those lawyer situations where they just hand each other $1 so that they
I
can't...
guess, yeah. If they stick $1 in your shirt and buy your cat, or you buy their cat, yeah.
Okay. How
But
many
then
of
you
these
have to be
wishes
worried
twist
that you
into
would-
money-making schemes?
Too many.
so many.
Honestly, too many. It's come up
I
a
assume
lot.
so.
We live in a capitalist society.
Yeah.
So
I blame capitalism, not my show. My
Okay.
show is pure. But it's the system we live in that makes all of the magic used for money.
So, shall we recap?
Yes, so let's go through them. Scott, your first one was that the cats can talk. I've forgotten. Help me. Oh no!
Cats can talk, but it's not in a language you understand.
Right.
Right.
So I'll recap. Scott's was
Oh,
cats.
memes.
Or they only talk in memes.
We'll do both. You guys each did 2, so we'll do
we're
those.
so excited. We're so excited about kitty cats.
So help me along on the way on this, because you guys each have 2. So your cats can talk, but it's in another language, or your cats can talk and it's only in memes.
That would be adorable.
I know.
But imagine the data rates.
Oh,
Oh,
yikes.
And Cat had your cats can talk, but they sound like Gilbert Gottfried.
Yep.
Or
Your cat can talk, but you can't talk back to it. It won't understand.
It doesn't
you.
understand you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And mine was your cat can talk, but refuses to talk to you, even though it clearly can.
now Gilbert Gottfried, I'd have to say no, just because at 3 a.m., the last thing you want is that voice yelling at you about, is it breakfast time?
He's not quiet.
Yeah.
There's never been a whisper out of that man's
No.
No,
mouth.
the voice carries. Absolutely. Or
Have you seen the clips of him speaking in his normal voice?
Oh, does he have another voice? I have not.
Okay.
is that
gotta
what we're
look
going to be watching after this?
Probably.
Okay, great.
Show notes, yeah.
Great. Or also just like the sound of Gilbert Gottfried's voice after it follows you into the bathroom while you're like taking a shit or something.
Hey, you having a shower?
Yeah, and it's just like chattering on. Or when it gets startled because it sees a bug.
Yeah.
And you know how cats do that chirping thing when they're
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
birds at the window? It would just be like, for hours.
Yeah.
This section of the podcast will be brought to you by Peeking. Peeking on all of our levels.
Peeking. You'll know when you've done it.
Hey, looks like you two are getting romantic in there. No.
I don't like cats.
I'm just going to stay and watch.
Oh.
And comment on it.
So I think we have to cut out Gilbert
That
Gottfried.
is a hard
'cause
no.
That's a hard no for all of us.
That is a
Yeah.
desperate no.
What about memes? Are we going with how are we feeling about memes?
I still think it would be adorable. I'd go for that.
It's also so pretentious. It's such a hipster thing for a cat to do.
It's also got to be a proximity thing. So if Maddox comes to my house, suddenly memes are showing up in his phone from my cat.
And I might not understand why.
Yeah.
Or would they say from Duck with a little picture of your cat? And I'd be like, Scott, did you make a novelty account? And when did you make it? Start sending me messages.
It's not a novelty.
It's not novelty. It's real. He's sending you messages.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That would be so cute and so stupid. And then you still wouldn't necessarily understand what the cat is trying to communicate with you. But that just brings you back to square one. Plus now,
Yeah.
memes.
Memes.
Yeah, if I would take it at all, I might as well take that because at least that'd be a fun way, and I could always turn off my phone if I needed to.
Sure, put it on airplane mode.
Put it on airplane if I had to shut him up.
Oh, can you imagine how mad your cat would get if you silenced them by putting it on airplane
he would
mode?
take shit
I
in your
just
bed.
got magic speaking, and you're
Oh.
silencing me.
Cat angry pissing? No.
Oh, yeah, right. Like,
Is that?
Oh, yeah, they angry piss.
Why do you guys like these things? They're so abusive
who
to you.
among us doesn't angry piss?
True.
I mean, not. I still do it at the toilet. I sometimes do it with a lot of passion,
Why
but
are you angry at the toilet?
no, I'm angry. I'm at a toilet. I piss in an angry fashion to help vent the anger, but not
like
at
you've
people.
never been at a concert and really not liked the opening band, so you peed in an empty guitar case?
No, I've not done that.
Well, you, sir, have not lived.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so we all agreed to memes.
Memes
Yeah.
work too good, so that one's out.
That's out.
Gottfried and memes are both out. We've got another language was another strong one. But I mean, see, I think you can just work around that. Again, you can
Yeah.
get Google or you could just learn the language.
But it's annoying to have to learn a language.
But it's very much an upfront problem
Yeah.
that you can get past.
Yeah.
Because maybe you always wanted to learn Japanese and your cat finally gave you an excuse to go out and do it.
So what you're saying, okay, so I introduced myself by saying, Watashi wa caffeine desu ka dozo yoroshiku, and the cat's just like, this is terrible pronunciation.
No, the cat is just like, baka.
Yeah. Baka no hentai.
I would always suspect that cat's saying mean things.
Yeah, it is. It's a cat. It's
But then
definitely
what
doing
if
that.
also it's not speaking a very good, it's not doing a good job with the language? Like
Yeah.
it's like poor grammar, or
So
it's like broken.
It's speaking Japanese, but with a strong English accent.
Or it's just like grammatically it's not correct,
Yeah.
or it's using wrong words for different things. So if your cat is teaching you how to speak Japanese, you could be learning completely the wrong thing. And it's so hard to unlearn those things once you've learned.
Yeah, and if you try Duolingo, it's teaching you proper Japanese and not cat Japanese.
Right. It's a whole different dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think that one's still just going to be an upfront cost, though. I think you will surmount those annoyances.
Well, cats have very short lifespans compared to how long it takes me to learn a language.
So you think every new cat you buy is a different language, too?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd want a cat that would like speak something either like more obscure or just like, oh, we need another speaker of this language. It's just like, oh shit, my cat speaks Plains Cree. This is amazing. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like,
But it's really hard to get the Rosetta Stone or Duolingo for it.
yeah, exactly. I think that would be neat. Or like Latin. The cat only speaks Latin.
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
a pretentious cat.
But it's,
How expensive is
the
an
cat went to
interpreter?
Harvard.
To just live with you?
Yeah, just a visit, like a couple
get a
hours a
roommate.
week.
A couple hours a week. I mean, I can probably get them pretty cheap if it's just for a couple hours. But like, yeah, if you want them to come on the regular or be on like retainer, that's probably going to get expensive because someone's got to live.
Yeah. So yes or no on this one?
Oh, I'd say yes.
I think if I cared to talk to a cat, then yes, I could surmount this.
Yeah, I'm also a yes. So this one's off.
Oh, that one's off.
Dang.
Yeah.
So let's go to the one where your cat can talk to you but can't understand you back. It's always a one-sided conversation, pure and simple.
That would get so frustrating so fast. Let's put aside that, like, the idea that the cat can speak perfect English, can tell you exactly what's going on. And then, so say it's in pain, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, like, ow, like there's something wrong on the inside. I'm not sure what it is. And I'm like, well, does it feel like a bone? And it's just like, what?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah, point.
And it's going to be a
and it just
dick
turns
about
around
it.
and
Again.
like it's like get some water. I'm like, no,
Yeah, then you're trying to do charades to a cat.
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think cats are good at charades. I can't
and
imagine
the cat
they
will
would
get
be.
distracted anyway.
Yeah.
Like totally, I'll just be like, oh, there's a fly on the wall. I'm gonna go chase that, or like, I'm pretty tired. So it would tell you things like that are important to it, whether like that health wise, or it's just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go shit in your closet. No,
Yeah.
no, don't. And the cat's like, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you're
seems like
shouting
you
at a horror
want
movie.
it.
Yeah. Or like it'll insult you. Say just like, you'll walk in, you're like, hey kitty, I'm home, and it's like, oh, the new haircut was a bad idea.
And you've got the comeback. It's a good comeback.
And it just will right over
They
its
won't
head.
know.
Does your cat realize that you can understand what it's saying to
I
you?
think so, yeah.
I think
Okay.
it sees your reaction and likes it.
Yeah. It wants to hurt you.
What if you have a cat who's like, I love you. I love you so much.
Doesn't seem plausible.
All day.
I
I
don't.
love
This seems
you.
like an absurd notion.
I'm so glad you're back at the apartment, Scott.
And I just, be like, me too. And you can communicate through like head scritches.
Yeah.
And like not quite on the belly rubs.
All right, well, let's throw this one to the vote then. So you can communicate. Your cat can talk to you, but you can't talk to it. Would you take it, cat?
I'm putting aside the fact that having a cat that can talk in any way, shape, or form would just be extraordinary and interesting.
Yeah.
And it would really depend on the temperament of the cat. Like, yes,
Yes.
maybe Duck to you, Scott, would just be like, I love you. You're so cool. You're my best friend.
Yeah. But
Let's go on a picnic.
Every time I had someone over, they'd be like, who is that freak?
Yeah. No, they're my
Are you
friend.
looking at me again?
See, it's fine.
Yes, I was looking at you again.
Yeah, so, your cat is very hurtful to all your guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do
Nothing.
to stop it. But is that so different from like having to live with a shitty roommate or like a terrible sibling or you married the wrong person?
You
I don't
can
know.
tell them to be nicer. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
say,
they won't
See,
listen, though.
I've
They don't
made life
have to.
choices to live with none of those people.
Yeah, good for you. You know what? I have to say, yeah, I would take it because I also find out even more quickly how much of an asshole my cat
Yeah.
is. So,
At least you'll know.
yeah. So, little fluffernutter in the corner just shouting abuse at me. I'm just like, I'm putting up boundaries and I am giving you away to someone else. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, and they can't even understand that's what's going to happen to them. But then I would feel guilty about that anyway. And I'd probably still keep them. Oh no, this is a trap.
So let's double down on this though. So I think we want to do a consistent rule. So if you give away the cats, because the wish is that your cats can talk.
Right.
If they're not your cat anymore, do they stop talking?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Okay, I think that's what we would do with it. So
Yeah.
if you get any more future cats, they can talk.
Yeah.
And they can talk to anyone, but just
Yeah.
only while they're your cat.
So yeah, I'd say yes. I'd say yes. It'd be a bit of a gamble, making sure I'm not getting some junk ass shonky cat. But because even at like if I'm at the SPCA and I'm just looking at all the kitties and I'm holding them and they're cute and they're playing like I still can't understand them. As soon as the purchase goes through, imagine getting a cat that was being all cute and I was like, surprise, motherfucker! I'm gonna make your life a living hell.
Yeah, you've barely walked out of the building. The
yeah.
cat has started talking like that. You turn around.
Yep. What you gonna do? Bring me back? They're gonna think you're a bad person.
I have to say yes to this one too.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the cat says a lot of bad things, coming out of that face with those little paws.
The paws are so tiny. It's true.
So cute.
You guys are so weak.
As long as it's not screaming racist, homophobic,
Who
sexist
knows?
stuff.
Who knows? I don't know what
So there
cats
are
at.
hard limits. If it's
Yeah.
a Nazi
The parasite
cat,
in my brain
yeah.
is saying that's still maybe okay.
That would be kind of funny in a weird way.
No, it would be awful.
It
Come
would
on.
still be awful.
Awful.
You could get rid of the cat if it's a racist
Who's going to
homophobe,
judge
but
you for having a racist cat?
I would. Every time
yeah,
I come
really?
over. Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
I don't know. Let's write a medium essay and see what they have to say. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to go with no, because
Oh.
and as much as I'm trying to at least pretend I like a cat here to give this a chance of passing, I still don't want to have a one-way conversation with a cat where it's just shouting demands at me and I can't participate. I don't want to have a one-way conversation.
Too much like your dating life?
I have something I want to say. I have thoughts and feelings and I want to share them and express them with the world. So that's where I'm sitting on that.
Okay.
So-
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Desperately.
I mean, I've been as nice to cats as I can be on this. And I've not been nice to cats, but this is as nice as I can be.
This is the ceiling.
This is ceiling.
The ceiling,
Medium
yeah.
kind of cats. So know where I'm coming from here.
There's anal puckers on that ceiling.
Oh, no. How did those cats get up
And
there?
Scott and I are just like just delighted by it. Look at them, they're so small. The buggers are so small.
I hope all your windows have butt prints forever and more. That's what I wish for now. But
I
that is...
believe that's like I'm gonna write a beautiful song with that. Just like like in Ukrainian, there's Mnyohai Elita, which means like I wish you 100 years. Now it's gonna be like I wish you many butt puckers on your window, and I'm gonna sing it at weddings and birthdays.
Please send me a mixtape.
I
Yeah,
will.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, but that's brought us to the end of the episode. Scott and Kat are both slaves to their parasites and are taking the wish. The cat will be able to speak to them, but they will not be able to speak back. And I say no. Fight the cats, guys. Put up a fight. But that's what we came up with. What about you, audience? Would you take this wish? And are there any other wishes you'd like to hear us break down? Well, that's what we came up with, but we want to hear from you. Your wishes, your thoughts, whether you take this wish or not. You can find us on Twitter at breakawishpod, email breakawishpod@gmail.com, join the Break-A-Wish discussion group on Facebook, and you can support the show by writing a review, telling a friend, or donating on our website. You'll find all this information at breakawish.ca. For more Kat Letwin, she hosts Sing for Your Supper, an open mic for playwrights and actors the first Monday of every month at the Tarragon Theatre. She also writes and performs in 1623 The Show, the third Monday of every month at the Social Capital Theatre, and can be seen in The Amazing Gail Pyle and Soul Decision Comedy on CBC Comedy. For more Scott Thrower, he hosts a podcast called Fairy Tales for Unwanted Children, full of dark, original fairy tales, which you can find at unwantedchildren.ca. This is a Kicks and Giggles entertainment production hosted by Maddox Campbell, themed by Matthew Reed, cover art by Justin Langford, and a proud member of the Sonar Podcast Network. For more podcasts, go to thesonarnetwork.com. Before I go, some wishes don't take a whole episode. I call these summary judgments. Smudge on Twitter wished, I wished my wallet was as fat as me. Well, if you want a fat wallet, that extra weight is going to tire your wallet out. So the cost is you get a very, very sweaty wallet. So, what would you wish for?
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.
Sonar.
Once upon a time, there were dragons, fairies, wishes, and farmers. These aren't your happy endings for your overachievers, or your precious babes with bright futures. This is Fairy Tales for Unwanted Children, an excellent, unsettling podcast, says Tampa Dad 66. As calming as it is eerie, Becca James of avclub.com. Wow, that was pretty good. You, about 15 minutes from now. Fairy Tales for Unwanted Children. unwantedchildren.ca.
So, you just got done listening to the new episode of this podcast, and now you're looking for another one to get into. I know what you're thinking, but Cody, the new podcast I want to get into is an improvised comedy with a horror theme. Well, guess what, little podcast fiend? You're barking up the right alley, because I'm one of the hosts of Spooked, the improvised scary story podcast where it's never scary and sometimes a story. Now you're thinking, wow, that sounds awesome, but where do I find that? Well, the same place you found this one, thesonarnetwork.com. You click on it, you listen, and get ready to get spooked.
A rich enough story that I feel like I would be fulfilled. Oh, excuse me.
And that's what happens when you speak ill of Garfield.
So that's your downside? Whenever your cat speaks to you, you have to burp.